too.
Very proud of our team. We had a really good 3-game road stretch. The kids have practiced well all year. We've had a lot of experiences to be able to fall back on as a team. This team does a good job of having and keeping the coach be coach, train me coach mentality, which is what we've been preaching as far as the foundation. They do it. They've learned from it. Today, Southern Miss team, Southern Miss team coming in today was a dangerous team because they will be athletic. I know they had not won a game, but I know Todd's a good coach. When you watch the film, we all like the athletes, and we knew we had to come out ready to go. That's the thing. We were. I was proud of our preparation this week. I think our coaches, offensively, defensively, and special team-wise, did a great job. They had a great plan in place. The kids did a good job of executing, taking it from the field to the game. And that was the biggest thing. They brought the work to the field, so I was proud of them for that. I thought we began fast and converted some really big third downs early. Took advantage of opportunities. The defense really did a good job of getting stops. Rick and continues to do a great job of blending his coverages on the back end and fronts. And John Wiley and Dwayne Price and Mark Yellow doing a good job of controlling the run and affecting the quarterback. So I'm proud of that. Offensively, I thought offensively a good job of execution. Lincoln had a plan of balance. You saw a plethora of running backs today. That was good. Takes a lot of pounding, so it's good to see Breon and Chris get some reps back on the back end. But I thought up front our guys did a really good job, very good job. I thought Shane was a very good field general and quarterback for not just our offense, but what you guys don't see in practice. He was a great field general for our football team. I made this statement earlier that Shane last year was not concerned, but competing for the starting position of our offense. This year, Shane is the quarterback of our team, and it's a big difference. And he did a good job all week, as well as like Mags. Mags is Mags. He's a football player, and I was proud of the group. Good win. Good to be home back in Dowdy Ficklin. I wish we could play all the 5 of them that are left here. I love playing in that stadium. It's amazing, and glad to get down. Questions?
Coach, you guys dominated this one pretty much right from the start. Was that surprising that you guys were able to pretty much take control of this game pretty much in the first quarter?
We felt if we felt like if we executed properly, took advantage of opportunities. We talked to them all week, really the last couple of weeks, about a couple of things. One, about execution, doing their job. Routine plays was a big emphasis. You say, what's routine play? Routine catch, routine tackle, snap, kick, route, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be. We talked to the team about making routine plays at a high power level. They did a good job of that.
Coach,
I thought we played fast, smart, and confident. I was proud of that. The biggest thing about this group that I thought gave us an advantage today was all 3 sides playing together. And I'm going to say it again so y'all can know. So all 3 sides play together. An example, great kickoff coverage, defense hold, forcing the punt, great return, offense, in the play with the kick, whether it's extra point or field goal. And they did it a number of times, which is an item of our team we've been playing for and shooting for. So I was proud of them able to do that.
Coach, how important was it after last week coming up short of touchdowns in the red zone for most of the game, and today, first 4 times you go down there, you score touchdowns, and they were on 3rd downs?
I mentioned this last week. We've been number 1 in the country in red zone efficiency the last 4 years we've been here. We were 28 out of 32 for this game, and I haven't watched it today or looked at it today, but I'm proud of our team, and I'm proud of our coaches, and they did a good job today.
But to get the touchdowns
bringing guys out of the game, with Shane getting keep in the game, and also guys on defense, at what point do you decide to pull back and let the young guys take over?
Well, I mean, I'm in it for 2 reasons. One, hopefully, to get the win, number 1. But also, everybody practices hard. When Coach C runs them on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All those kids that play, they all do the conditioning. They all lift. They all, so there's a chance to get kids some valuable reps. You saw Davis Mama get some reps at kicking, and Cody, of course, valuable reps. And Breon up front, we got Trey, Robinson, Stewart. We got some guys, some great valuable reps in front of a crowd on TV with referees officiating. You can't beat those reps. Very valuable.
Coach, you and Nate kind of segued me into this, but guys, you said guys like Breon Allen, Isaiah Jones, Daquan Barnes really stepped up. You guys have lost some guys at the receiver spot, but you keep having guys, step up. I mean, what's that mean to you as a coach to know that, those guys are ready to go when you throw them out there?
I'm proud of our evaluation process. To be honest with you, our coaches, recruiting, then our developmental process once we get them here. There's two parts of that. First, make sure you find the right guy. Make sure he fits what you want to do offensively. So what we do offensively, this is what we do. And that's what we look for. Who fits that mold we want? Defensively, this is what we are. What fits that mold. So Coach has done a very good job of that. Coach Connors does a great job of developing our kids. So, and you can see that from how we look in our conditioning. And then I really am proud of our coaches. They're really good teachers. Coaching is one side of it, but teaching is the other side. And our coaches, they do a good job. So the kids, we're getting more kids here that have the coach me coach, train me coach mentality. What do you need to do coach mentality? That's the major part of the foundation. So anything other than that, it doesn't fit anymore. So those kind of kids have been waiting to step up. We don't want to lose anyone. We don't want anyone not to be a part of the team. But have an ability to first provide competition, but also provide depth. It's been a goal since I've been here, and we want to continue to do that.
Could you speak specifically to the performance that Daquan had today? 3 catches for 47 yards, running reverse for 12 yards.
Daquan has been one that's worked very hard. I'm proud of Daquan. He has learned the offense. We moved Daquan 3 times like we moved Isaiah Jones. Daquan had started off at inside with Hardy, he got it wide. He's been at H last week, and then he's back at Z. So he's done a really good job of that. He's the fastest carrying football team #1. He works as hard as anyone we have on our team, and he's been waiting for his opportunity. And that's what we talked about. And when he got an opportunity, he took advantage of it. So I was proud of Daquan. And a lot of those kids, they're waiting for it. So we got to keep developing this. They're not finished yet. It's never finished, but we have to keep doing a good job of developing kids, and keep coaching them.
Because these 2 teams have played 31 straight years. Can you share any thoughts about, for the foreseeable future, no game schedule with conference change?
They was about respect for their program. At East Carolina, I'm a part of 3 items: as a student, as a player, and now a coach. And each of those parts, we competed against one another. Southern Miss, Hattiesburg, they love their program like parents love our program. So we're so similar in nature. Their kids are so similar. Like after the game, it was yes sir, no sir. You can tell those guys, even when I played, Richard Collier, those guys, really good football players. There was a really competitive nature about us when we played and coached, but it also was a mutual respect. I respect Southern Miss program, and then Todd Munkin been there. I've known Todd. I think I'm getting that way. I know all of them. I know Todd will do a good job there, and not playing again. That's part of history. I think Jeff Charles told me since 1951 when we played. So again playing. So that's a long time. So I'm proud of the competition. I'm glad we won today. But I got a lot of respect for that program.
Coach, talk about the timing of the second timing. The first one was coming off the loss of Virginia Tech.
this one, you get a huge win against Southern Miss. Do you want to get on the field as soon as possible and carry over that momentum, or is it one of those things where you want to get into the bye week and prepare for that?
I want bye week. I thought the run of schedule the bye weeks felt perfect for us. And I like where they fall, to be honest with you. The first one fell at the proper time. The second one, this one has fallen at the proper time, in my opinion. And I'm looking forward to we'll be able to coach them up next week, get a little head start on our next opponent. Coaches will take off on the road Wednesday, Thursday night, get recruiting. Then we'll resume on Friday and get ready for the next time.
Going into that bye week, how important is it to have a game like this to kind of get your rhythm back and your confidence back after 2 wins?
It's always good to go in open weeks with the win. And then two, we played a lot of kids today. I'm not sure the exact number, but it always helped morale the team. One thing I mentioned earlier from a question was the kids that played, everyone, like Cody Keith runs as many sprints as Shane does. You know, so to give them a chance to give them a reward day by playing, they earned it. And I was really happy to get those guys. It helps practice. It helps the continued development of team chemistry, which I think I'm very blessed to have and be around and be a part of that chemistry. I really am.
Coach, you mentioned Mags as a leader earlier. Talk about his interceptions. These 3 games in a row he's had an interception. Is that part of his game that you saw coming with experience? And just talk about that aspect of his
Mags
game.
has made plays from high school on. Mags can play wide receiver here in this offense. He's one of the smartest football players. He reminds me of Wes Welker because Wes can play DB too. They're both smart football players. People underestimate Mags, which is a mistake. It's like mistaking someone's kindness for weakness, and they don't know he has that competitive desire about himself. He understands the game. He's smart, savvy. The coach's kid, he's CK, so I identify with CK's. Been a coach's kid, and Max, he has that knack. He's done it every year he's been here. First time, you say luck. Second time, maybe luck. The third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that's not luck. You know. So I'm based on our team. He's a captain.
So one more question, players are here.
Coach, the defensive stops in this game happened pretty early on, obviously, but there were a couple of seasons the team was 14-0. You guys got a 4th down stop, and obviously the interception that you just talked about early on. How big were those, even though obviously this game went the other direction pretty fast?
I was proud of the defense. I thought defense did a great job of. They got one came out early on the first drive. They held together and did a good job of saddling them up for a missed field goal, I think, there toward the end. I was proud of the way they, on the sideline, those guys did a great job of making adjustments. They worked together very well. John Wiley, Rick, Mark, Dwayne, Chip Weaver, those guys worked together well. I was proud of the adjustments they made. Late in the game, I don't want anybody hurt. You know, I know shutout, maybe some people shutout means absolutely nothing to me. You know, getting out and helping does, getting the win does. So I know the defense won it, but for me, I want to go over week being somewhat, you know, good.
Thank you.
Lance got there for the career touchdown catches.
Hey Justin, so what was your bigger impact on the game? 126 yards receiving or 105-yard punt return?
I don't know. Having the punt return kind of set the scores on offense, so probably play equal.
Right.
Just to talk about that first TD reception, because there was a pass interference call, but you still made a leaping catch on that one.
You know, just trying to make routine play. You know, just catch the ball. You know, it's going to make a catch.
Responding after the loss last week, just how hungry this team was coming in to get there.
Oh, that was big. You know, after the loss last week against Tulane, you know, the guys came in, practiced real focused this week and ready to go.
Talk about special teams a little bit. You seem to have a lot of seams when you're returning punts today. Was it something they were doing, or just we were in the zone?
The scheme we had this week, real good. You know, we try to simple it out this week, and you know, show them field.
Feel like you're back on back on track now. Young receivers are out there today too.
Yeah, we do. You know, we got a lot of young guys. You know, those guys stepping up real real big for us today. You know, it helped us out a lot.
Talk about Daquan a little bit and his first catches as a player. What his development?
That's great. You know, he's a fast guy. You know, get the ball in his hand, let him work, and you can see him on the field.
How do you guys feel after a win like this, coming off a tough loss last week? Does it kind of make you feel better?
It does. You know, having the loss last week, you know, stepping up to the challenge this week, adversity was at our back. You know, he's come out and play hard this week. Real great.
Justin, 2 big games in a row for you. Are you just in the zone right now? What's going on with this offense?
Just believing in myself, you know, believing in the offense. You know, the coach is going to play everybody in the right spot, you know, for us to be great, and just going with that.
Talk about Shane's game here today. Felt like from the outside looking in that he was leading well. Really a good field general today.
Oh, you know, Shane's a great guy. You know, anytime on the field, you know, he's going to get us in the right spot. You know, he's going to make the right throws, make the right decisions.
How come there was only 4 receivers this week that caught passes instead of the normal 10 to 15?
Can you say that again?
There was only 4 receivers this week caught passes as opposed to normally there's 10 to 15 with the spread offense. What was the difference this week?
I really can't tell you. You know, anytime any guys have that game any day, so I really can't tell you.
How important is it for Isaiah Jones and some of the younger guys, Cam Worthy, Reese, to everybody to get involved to spread the defense?
It's great. You know, getting those guys involved, you know, takes a lot of pressure off other people, and that's real great.
Yeah, I had
out there double team a little bit and some other guys step up.
Shane, talk about, last week I don't think it's so much that you guys played bad as you missed opportunities, and you hit on that. You guys didn't capitalize with touchdowns, but talk about for you, get back to 30 for 37 for 308 yards, back to a typical Shane Carden type game. Talk about how good that felt to get back to, you mentioned rhythm, but I guess that's what it is for a quarterback. What was different this week?
I think what you said, just making those opportunities, making the most of them. I think the last couple of weeks, we got down the red zone a lot, goal line, and we weren't getting the opportunities we were given. Finishing drives, and that was a big emphasis from Coach Ruff, is finishing whatever you're doing, finishing a play, finishing practice, finishing a game, finishing a drive. And I think that with the offensive line, I know, and the rest of the offense took that to heart, and I think we did a great job of that today.
What do you think you guys need to work on now? You get another bye week, and I know you kind of just got back on the winning ways, and you kind of probably want to keep playing, but what do you do in the bye week now, getting ready for Florida International and then the rest of the conference?
We'll look back at the film after today. I know there'll be plenty of things we can get better at, plenty of things we can fix. We'll still emphasize a lot in the red zone goal line. We missed out on a couple opportunities there today that, we had some field goals where we'd like to get touchdowns. And we'll just continue to fine-tune this offense and get ready for these last 5 games.
How important is it for you to get Cooper and Breon and Chris Harrison involved to open up the passing lanes, even getting them in the receiving game?
It's awesome. It's awesome. When you get that running game going, it makes it for the passing game so much easier on me. And the offensive line stepped up, but they played so physical and good up front. Communicated great on some blitzes they had, and running backs just got in there. Breon had a tough run in the end zone. I was pumped for him to get his first touchdown. He's a great kid. He's been working hard, and it's good to see him get in the end zone.
And just talk about the business, like the approach you guys came out with to pretty much put this game away early.
Yeah, we came out. I think it was just we were kind of frustrated with the last couple of weeks of just getting all those yards, getting all those drives, and getting down the end zone, and then just not scoring touchdowns. Been kind of frustrating. I know for me personally, I know the rest of the offense has been feeling that, and it was good to get out there and get some touchdowns.
And especially after the way the last weekend, how good does this win feel?
Wins are good wins. Obviously, last week, we were pretty frustrated and upset about that win. But it's been a good win, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
And talk about how the defense played today.
Defense had a hell of a game. It's easy to have good offense. The defense is shutting them out like that, giving you good field position. Hardy on the 2-punt returns, giving us great field position in the second half. I think it was just a great team win overall.
How do you feel Cody Keith played when he came in for you?
He did a great job, man. He came in there, threw a great ball to who's Worthy over there on the sideline. He made a great catch, and it's just good. Again, at every position we have guys come in, no matter what the situation is, whether it's late like that, come up, step up, and make some plays.
Justin had a huge game last week, obviously. We know he's talented, but a game like this where you get the other guys involved, does the offense work better when other guys are able to support Hardy? From your view as the quarterback, getting other guys involved?
I think so, definitely, yeah. Some teams are going to key on to Hardy, and they're going to leave some other guys open, and when they do that, they're going to be in trouble. We have a bunch of good athletes, a bunch of great receivers, and it's great when you have some guys that maybe haven't got as many catches or playing time to step up and make some plays.
And talk about going into the second bye week.
Seems to be the consensus. Talk about the game and what it means to you to win like this.
Oh man, it's always great to get a win, especially at home in front of your fans. You know what I'm saying? Especially these great fans that we have. You know what I'm saying? So it felt great.
Yeah. What was the biggest part of the day for you today?
I scored. Of course. scoring, man. You know what I'm saying? It was great to finally get in the end zone, man.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Yeah. You guys, you seem like you came in relief of Cooper and really picked up right where he left off. And I guess not even really in relief of him, just kind of complimenting him. You guys kind of made a pretty good tandem. How important was it to establish the run game today?
You know, before every game, Coach Ruff always tell the O-line, D-line, we gonna go. We starting off with you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go as far as you take it. You know what I'm saying? And the O-line, man, works so hard. You know what I'm saying? And just we just compliments they hard work, and to start with them, because without them, we not going nowhere. So instead of giving the hype to me, I'm giving them O-line. Man, it was great.
Yeah. Talk about that punt return. How close you are when you trip.
You know what, man? I always be tripping. Man. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? But the punt return was great. I got to, you know what I'm saying, show a few of my little moves here and there, but it was awesome.
Yeah, great.
Meeting between Southern Miss and East Carolina, you guys getting the big win. I know you know about the program, Southern Miss, and how successful they've been in the past. What does that mean to you to win the last one?
You know, it's always good to get any win. You know, they've been a great program. They're struggling a little bit, but they still have the athletes and they play hard. I think our team just came out and played really hard today, trying to make a statement because of last week. We're, you know, still hurting a little bit from that, but it feels good to go out there and get a big win today.
How important was it to get off to that good start, to get the fourth down stop, to get your pick, and not only just win the game, but really take care of business, excuse me, to kind of get your rhythm back going into the bye week?
It was good. Like you said, going into the bye week, getting a win is huge. You know, everyone's more excited about everything going on. So like you said, you know, getting stops early was big for us, giving it back to the offense, and, you know, they did a great job today. We were always confident in them. So when we get the ball back to them, it's a big deal. So taking away opportunities from Southern Miss and giving it back to our offense is big. And, you know, our offense executed phenomenally today, as you can tell.
Speaking of the bye week, is that coming at a good time for you guys in that you guys get another one?
I think so. I think anytime you get a bye week, it's good. You get you know, a little bit of rest, get your legs back under you. I think it's a good timing again. You know, make our last little stretch to end the season. So get everybody back and healthy and everything like that. Will be good.
Coach Ruff compared you to a player that your dad actually coaches in Wes Welker. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I guess kind of maybe the same stature, I guess. I think Wes Welker might be, you know, a little bit better with the ball skills than me. Obviously, you know, I got tackled by a quarterback. I was a little upset about that. I got a little grief on that from my teammates and stuff. But, you know, I'll take that comparison any day. He's a great athlete.
Speaking of interceptions in 3 straight games, I know you don't, like a baseball player, I'm sure you don't look to hit a home run, but in comparison, but does it mean that you're in the right place and thinking the right things to get interceptions?
What it is when the play comes to you, you just got to make it. If you try to force plays, that's when you end up messing up and giving up a big play or being out of position. So as long as you do your job, you know, as long as everyone's doing their job, and when the play comes upon you, you just got to make it. You know, our linebackers did a good job making plays when it came to them, D-line and our other DBs. So when it's just my turn, I just try to make it to the best of my ability.
Is part of your role being the free safety to kind of play center field and look for that overthrown pass like the one I guess you picked was kind of he just overthrew his receiver a little bit?
Well, I mean, it depends on the coverage. The coverage that we were in right there, I was keying number 3. If he goes vertical, I take him. If not, then I free up and just play the quarterback. So, I mean, he went vertical and I just stayed with him, and luckily, you know, the quarterback threw it. Maybe he didn't see me, or maybe he had pressure, because our front 7 gets a lot of pressure against any team. They did a great job today, again, with that. So, you know, the pass isn't just, you know, the DBs, it's the front 7 as well, getting pressure and dropping back into their zones. So, I mean, they did a great job as well, you know, getting hurries on the quarterback, hitting good today.
Talk about how well the defense played.
Defense played well. I was very happy with you know, how we came out and ran around. The 4th down stop was big. Kind of just gave us some momentum to get going the whole game. And anytime we can give the ball back to our offense, that's a huge plus for us because they're explosive.
How great would a shutout would have felt, especially after the way last week ended?
It would have felt good. You know, anytime. I mean, it's so hard to get. It's so hard to get any shutouts, you know, in today's times, because, you know, everyone's throwing the ball, spreading you out, running it, bringing you in, and then trying to throw it over top. So it's hard to get a shutout these days. But you know, it was good to get, you know, some of the younger guys in there, give them some experience, so that way, you know, when it comes down the road, if somebody gets banged up or something, they can go in, they know how to play and what the tempo is going to be like and everything like that. I think that's more important than you know, getting the shutout.
The defense, and especially the secondary, has been the area that's shown the most improvement so far this season. Where's that improvement coming from?
You know, I think it's just a little bit, we're running a lot of the same coverages as we did last year. We're still in the 3-4. You know, we put the wheel into the front a lot. So really, it's just the mentality, I think, and we got great leadership on the whole team, more than I've ever been around my entire life, which helps a lot when you get put in a bad situation. You got a bunch of leaders coming together, telling everybody that everything's gonna be okay. It's a big deal. Last week, we had a bunch of leaders coming together saying everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna get the ball back to the offense. We're gonna go down and score, and they did. And we just got out executed last week in overtime, but this week. We did a great job getting the ball back to the offense, and like I keep saying, anytime we can do that, it's huge because we got Carden back there, and we got Hardy, Coop, Breon. I mean, we got 80, we got everybody out there that are explosive players and sure catches and stuff like that.
You hear the expression, some football players have a nose for the football.